bit of a pet peeve. I have had my spinnerbaits in storage. In storage meaning they were in a black tackle box inside some Ziploc bags. In this case, it's just the stuff that you buy from the supermarket. Goliath, whatever, you know, they've got them in different brands. It says PBA free on it. I don't know if that means anything, but what I do know is I know that the spinnerbaits themselves, all right, I'm going to see, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see here. Let's see, right up in close there, see the collar? That collar is super tacky. All right. I believe that the collar is reacting with the plastic bags. I can't confirm that 100%, but it's the only thing that makes sense. Now, if you know and are familiar with the Z-Mans, you can't keep the Z-Man plastics near other plastics. You even need to store them in their own bags. Something to do with the, I'm going to be making this up. Something to do with the chemicals involved and, all right. Anyway, this one here is still intact, all right? You can see that. I hope it's going to be in focus. How can I show this? I'm looking for some, all right, here we go. I got a piece, just a piece of tubing there, watch. That stays. All right, I'll even stick it to the bottom that way and see. All right. What I'm trying to point out through that is that it's tacky. All right, it's got stick to it. What has been happening is that I have gone to open up my spinnerbaits and get them ready. Not that I was necessarily going to go out and use them, but I've pulled up in one of the bags for whatever reason. And I've started to find, I'm going to have to show you down here, but a lot of my plastics have been disintegrated. See the collar? Look at the collar on this one. That collar is mush. Look at it. I've got this napkin here that I've been using to wipe my hands free of the stuff, but this is basically what's been happening. And then the collar's been disintegrating, and the spinnerbaits, the skirts have just been left to the elements. All right, I jumped up online in one of the forums, Fishing Victoria, and was asking for some advice. I've had some suggestions that it most likely is a chemical reaction with the plastic bag and the collars themselves. So whatever this collar has got in there, there's obviously some kind of plastic or plastisol that reacts to this type of bag, which is, again, it's probably like the Z-Man. So I've got more in here. This one hasn't been killed just yet, but that's tacky too. All right, that's tacky as well. So there was two ways that I was going to attempt to fix these, and that was via the means of either running wire around them and pulling it tight, or fly tying them. So, and in this case, I just tested one before. You want to do one prototype before you jump in front of the camera and make yourself look like a more of an idiot than you already are. But this one has been tied already. So, and I'll show you that again. I don't think you're going to be able to see this properly, but all right. I've got two cameras on me. I've got one on my chest just so that I can alternate the views for you. All right. So if I go to this one here, that's what we're looking at. So we've got a few plastics here that we're going to fix. I'm going to show you how I'm going to go about this, and we're going to fix this one first. That guy. We'll get some skirts up in here. This was a multicolored skirt. And then we've got other ones such as this guy, which is very similar to the one I just showed you. And again, tacky collar. We're going to start tying some thread, cut the collar off. So I might just tape these down with a bit of masking tape first, so that they're not, you know, it's not like herding cats into a bag. We'll tie those down, and then we'll run the thread, and then we'll lock that off with some UV varnish. So the thread itself that I'm using is Vivus gel spun. So this is 75 meters, 150D G2 Vivus GSP Plus, right? It's really, really strong stuff. It's flat, so you know, you'll see there, you know. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. First step, we'll get on this bit here. Might as well start upside down. First step is to lock in some wraps. So we'll just pull that thread in a bit. Okay, and let's lock some threads in. So that'll give you a better view. Alright, now I'm going to throw in a half hitch here. Let's add drop more line. Just a big half hitch. Okay. Now from here, my UV cueing, it's the Solaris UV Cure. It's bone something. It's stuff used for tying nymphs. So Euro nymphs, for, you know, how they need the really solid weighted heads. Alright, so we'll just put a bit of that on. Grab our UV torch. Alright, that should be enough. Alright, grab our scissors. Alright. This stuff cures quite hard. The wire alternative is starting to seem not such a bad idea at this point. Don't look into this stuff, it will damage your eyes. And keep your torches away from your kids. You already know that. Okay. Now we've got one that's fairly clean already. I'm going to have to take the gunk off that one there. That one. But this one here, color's fairly clean. Let's do this. Let's add this one to the top. Okay, so sit that on top there. We're going to need some tape here. Alright. Let's have a little bit of an intermission here. We're going to need some tape. Grab yourself some tape as well. I've just got masking tape here. We'll cut ourselves a few pieces off. And all we're going to do with that tape is we're going to keep these, well, number one, let's tape these blades down. Keep those under control. Step one. Oh, this looks so sharp. Alright. Tape number two goes over. Doesn't want to bind to the plastic. Okay, that'll do it. And then this top one, we're going to do the same thing. Alright, so we've got that pretty much ready, like that. Second step, let's clean the gunk. You should probably consider doing that before you start your stuff anyway. Okay, let's do some more here. Let's cut ourselves a few more strips of masking tape. Okay, you probably won't need that second strip. It's only because I've got two colors here. Alright, and I'm going to be doing the same thing where I'm going to be you want to do this because the moment you start cinching these down properly, you start throwing some tight wraps with the thread. The stuff's going to bunch. Alright, here we go. Just a loose one here, and I'm going to just massage this out so that they're not all rolling over. We're going to end up with a lighter color on the bottom, darker on the top. I probably should, yeah, that's probably okay. I'm starting to have second thoughts whether I did it in the right order, but you know what? I don't reckon it matters. Okay. Now, you're going to get it to a point probably somewhere down here. You're going to want to throw a half hitch. Cheers if I can do that. Okay. I've got a half hitch thrown in there. Let's just do one round. You don't want this stuff coming apart on you. And I'm not going excessive on it either. I'm literally just going over the thread. The thread, the fact that it's flat, will absorb the UV. Okay, we'll knock it on. Now at this point, we can take that one off. These ones are the ones at the start of the jig head itself. Alright. Okay, that should be enough. Let's unravel this. Okay, let's pull these off the blades. Okay, there we go. There we go. I thought that this was going to be leaving them a lot more brittle, but no, they're okay. Alright, that's another one done. So we've knocked 2 on the head. Alright. So we've thrown some wraps there. Let's cut the collar. Okay. We're not going to go over the front of the collar on this one. Let's just get these done. I'm knocking them twice with the UV because I don't want that thread coming off, and at the moment I've only really secured it with, you know, a few wraps, being this thread here, the thread that I threw on at the start. Put that over there with the junk pile. Now that's we can probably cut it here now too. Okay.